There.
Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to one more blog. Today, there's one more youngster who's with me. I need not introduce him as Patil Vishwanath uncle's son. He's doing really well in Sintuar and Areca garden. As I'm very much, I have love towards Areca as well as Sintuar because I'm involved in both of it. This is one of the beautiful properties where we can have a look at it. But this property has been maintained like a garden by his hard efforts, passion, and his lot of involvement in it. I see most of the youngsters they'll not be involved, and he has a full knowledge what exactly is he doing. So this is Patil.
Hi. Good
Hi.
morning.
Yeah.
Welcome in. You can look into the block, then I'll start explaining everything that we do.
Yeah.
So this block is a 9x9 block of Areca and Sintuar in between.
Wow.
So each and every block has drainages done. Each and every plant, we made sure each and every plant has a drainage channel that goes through. So this block is about 26 years old. It was planted in 1997, I think. So 27 years old block.
Both
We've-
Sintuar as well as
Both.
Okay.
Both Areca and coffee was planted at the same time. So
Okay.
initially we paid more attention to Areca, then later on developed the coffee also. So as you can come in.
And this is a high rainfall area.
Yeah, on an average we get about 130 inches of rainfall
Wow. Okay.
every year.
Okay.
So last year it varied a bit. To this year it's gone up again. So what I generally tend to do is I start my year off, especially in March. I do a folio spray for the Areca, and since I have coffee beneath, my coffee is also taken care of. So in that initial spray, it's a mixture of about 5 to 6 different nutrients and fungicide and insecticide, which has made sure that my crop doesn't get damaged from the very beginning.
That is, we have designed only to avoid a sucking pest as well as the setting of the crop, because as he's much involved into it, I started working from last 3 years. So I never knew Patil, but like uncle was as he was involved in politics, like we had a good relationship with him. Then when I started my journey, then I discussed with uncle, and then the folio combinations I just gave it to Patil. So what was the difference, Patil? Come.
So initially,
See here, from the beginning of first plant, you can see the setting of Sintuar. Plus, वो सुपारी का zoom करो बेटा. You can just see that 2 to 3 flowers have already set. So this shows the positive energy of the estate and his involvement. So coming
what-
back,
initially we never did a folio. We started folio about 4 years ago actually. Before that, we used to almost lose about 20% of the crop before setting.
so that's the difference.
That is the difference.
That
So,
is the difference.
since I'm a little more into data and I've collected data for past how many ever years I could find, our crop yield increased just by one spray. The first spray made sure my crop yield increased by at least 15 to 20%. After that, with his team, obviously a brilliant spray team that he has, who will come anytime. I've pestered him so many times over the peak monsoons to make sure his one team is always here to finish my entire block. My entire block takes about 5 days to finish, and with 4 lances running, and he's always there.
So, combinations of nutrition management is, first we started with giving SAF for the sucking pest, but again this is a high rainfall area, and this area is near to Mudgire, and there's this area is little bit of Elechukki Roga and Haldi Roga. So after that we just sat I was just seeing the plans and all. Then we came up to a little high dosage that is like we came with we used a little bit of Contof and we played with it to control all these things. That's what we don't have any of that sort of Elechukki Roga early, Haldi Roga early. We don't have, but hats off to his involvements. I can give him a combination, but he should shell out a lot of money here and he should give the time.
As long as we get the result, I don't mind investing. So apart from the sprays, I make sure this. I've already put 5th round of manure, soil manure. So each at least a 45-day interval or less than that, 30 to 45-day interval, I made sure there's soil application going on as well as sprays. And every year, on an average, we do about 3 Bordeaux sprays, including the first foliar spray. So totally 4 sprays to make sure we can control the crop and get the returns that we want.
Actually, I request my people to show you the trench work what you have done here.
Definitely.
And yesterday ಆಳ ಇದೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇಡಬೇಕು ಸೊ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣಂತೆ ಬಾಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ see here also you can see the crop of seeing what I was talking about. It's a beautiful setting up as well as down. They have never introduced I mean they had introduced pepper, but like you can see a pepper vein, but he will explain you
I
better.
have a river that flows next to the property. So in
River bank is backside.
peak monsoon there have been times where the entire river flows in the estate. So that's how I lost my pepper crop. But nothing's happened to the areca or the coffee. Oh, even the year that the river literally flowed through the estate, my coffee stayed stagnant. I got about 80 to 90%
We will
of
show you the river bank. So like I tell most of the people, for today's weather pattern, Seantol is best plant in Robusta, because Seantol I mean is the origin of Congo river bed. So you can see here, and you can see the crop also, so you can understand which is coping up to this weather patterns.
But one most important thing is the trenches. We make sure our trenches are cleaned thrice.
Yes.
So
Because
once,
of that I told you that just show the viewers.
so definitely.
Yes.
So once
while going we can
once pre-monsoon,
सामने की कवर ऐसा पड़
once pre-monsoon, so that is before the rainfall starts. In the month of May, we make sure everything's clean. Then once in June and end of July. So it's already been cleaned thrice. Since there's so much rainfall and there's so much silt coming. Thrice has
not
already
twice.
been done.
Okay.
Yeah, thrice.
thrice you have cleared all your drainage system.
Everything completely. Even
Wow.
so, since I have the river, there is a lot of silt that comes up through the drainage system, which connects to the river. So I have to get it done thrice. Otherwise, there's no point. And
This block is how many acres, Patil?
this block overall, it comes up to about 20-acre block.
20-acre block. Just now, I mean yesterday you finished the sprays. Our
Yeah.
finished the spray yesterday, and they have gone to one more block. We'll go to that block next. See here also you can see the crop setting everywhere. It's not that one plant. Just see the crop setting overall. This is, no one can take a credit from Patil. His involvement, his passion, his discipline has
it's
got this.
about the work you put in.
Yes.
If you put in the work, both in terms
The
of
more
nutrition.
important thing is your discipline.
Yeah, that has to be there. Every month, whatever work needs to be done has to be done. Let it be weeding, too many
what I have observed ಇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಮ್ ಬರೋದಂಗ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇವ್ರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೇಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಐ ಮೀನ್ discipline. We have to wait for the people who are coming for the work. The people should not come and wait for us.
You need the work done early. That is the whole point. As early as you can finish everything, you can see all the results.
And how about areca dropping this time? What is the rain you have got?
I do have some droppings. I'm not going to say I don't have any droppings. I do have some droppings.
This is a very I mean, very good point what he has mentioned. We should be open enough to tell what exactly is happening.
I got about 100 inches of rainfall in 40 days. And there is no way I could have sprayed in that time. So there's absolutely nothing we could have done. Whatever could be done before and after is done. Now, the present spray which is going on is my third Bordeaux spray. So totally it's my fourth spray of the year.
Okay.
So even though the rains have reduced, I am going with a heavy, little over the excess spray this time because I want to control the next year's crop and the plant. So there is some dropping. As far as my estimate so far, I'm expecting at least a 15% less production from the setting, not last year's crop, because this year crop was insane. So I'll get as much as I got last year because of the excess crop that I had.
And the rain patterns are totally different this time. It started from the month of May, and we didn't get a time at all.
May spray was done. End of May spray was perfectly done. I didn't get to do the end of June spray, so it got pushed to little later month of July, 20th of July, which caused the delay. Which caused about a 10-day delay and more than 50 inches of rainfall. There's nothing we could do to control the rainfall, but I'm still happy with the crop that I have right now, both in terms of areca and coffee.
Coffee touched beautiful crop.
Yeah.
Areca also you can.
Since we make sure we irrigate the estate little more than what other people do, we give about 6 to 7 rounds of.
This is a very important point. Nodi, idu point 6 to 7 rounds. Just
Every 15 days is my goal. It doesn't matter.
How is
we
your
don't count the number
how
of
is your
times.
jet system, irrigation system?
This particular block, which I'm planning to change right now, it's it's a QRC system done. It's not a spot jet. QRC system done with 40 feet radius per jet.
Okay.
So it's going to get changed this October. Actually, that's the plan. Where I'm planning to go with 80 feet difference spot jet with with the spot jet, not the present system that I have. But you need irrigation system. You need to at least deliver irrigation for areca, water for areca every 15 days.
Both seen to are as well as arecas and water monsters.
Exactly.
They require a lot of water. Very important point.
If you
What our
do
viewers
it every 15 days, you'll make sure your setting doesn't drop down.
Okay. When do you start your irrigation system?
My irrigation system at all costs starts at the first week of March.
First week of March.
First week of March is when I start my first round. So by the time I come down to the second round, I give a soil application of manure. And as soon as the second round is done, which is at the end of March, I make sure my foliar spray is done.
Okay.
So the plant has enough moisture in the soil not to get affected from the heat that's caused from the foliar.
Very good point what he's telling, what everyone should keep in mind, that he's giving importance for foliar, that is nutrition management. The first thing is that. Second thing is giving importance for water. ನೀವೇ ಅವ್ರ ಬಾಯಿಂದ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. So nutrition and water is giving him a lot of results, and then comes the soil basal. Within summer, how many rounds?
Within the end of summer, at least 3. So one in March, one in April, one in May.
Wow.
If that gets pushed, it's either one at the end of March and one somewhere end of April.
Till May, 3 rounds you will finish basal applications.
Soil
and
application
one round of foliar. Wow, great. So
in the monsoon, then again, June, generally end of June, I give 1 round of soil application. July 1. So what I tend to do is in June, July, I make sure it's all about retaining the crop.
Okay.
So I don't go to do something extra. It's either a round of whichever is necessary, not excess. Again, when it comes to soil application, what I've realized is you don't need to put 300 grams.
Okay.
100 to 150 or maximum 200 grams per plant is sufficient.
Okay.
Because you can increase the number of rounds, reduce the number of grams, because the plant is not going to take 300 grams. It's a lot of which will leach into the soil, which is going to be harmful in the future. So rather you control how much the plant can take and then deliver that.
Beautiful areca garden and beautiful scene to our garden where we can learn a lot of things from both Vishwanath uncle and his son. And his son is totally, he's very passionate about agriculture and like he's very much involved in it. So you can see the results here. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡಬಹುದು ಏನು ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದರ ಝೂಮ್ ಕರೋ ಬೇಟಾ, ಇದರ बताओ ಏನು ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. क्लीन से ಝೂಮ್ का तो पूरा नहीं, क्लीन से पीछे जाके थोड़ा क्लीन से बताओ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇದರ ನಜದೀಕ್ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So this is not an ordinary shoots which is already forwarded for the next year crop, 2024-25 crop. 25-26 crops. So see the openings of the leaves, beautiful. This is all due to nutrition management. And see, if I fold the leaf, it's so soft. So this shows how the nutrition management is done. One point is that. Second point, Patil, ಈಗಲೇ ನೀವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ
ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಇದೊಂದು ನನ್ನ ಸಜೆಷನ್
ಹಾಂ
underline ಈಗ 26-year-old crop, 27-year-old plant. So as we move on, in another 7 to 8 years, I am going to start losing some plants. So ಆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಈಗಲೇ ಇಡೀ entire 20 acre blocking underline ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗೋಗಿದೆ.
Very important point for the viewers and especially the growers of ये बताओ बेटा ये बताओ हाँ तोर्ಸಿ ನೀವೇ ತೋರಿಸಿ
ಸೊ 2 ಗಿಡದ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತು ಈಗ ಚೂರು ಕಂಜೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ, ಆದ್ರೂ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. So from last year you started it at like from last year I started the entire block. So ಈ ವರ್ಷನೂ ಒಂದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಟು ಆರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅರೇಕಾ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಈ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ I got about 1,000 plants that I had to replant. But it is okay, you have to plan this out, otherwise in about 10 years time you're going to start losing the estate. You can't go to a point where your crop reduces.
Beautiful point. ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬೇಸಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಥರ್ಡ್ ವಾಟರಿಂಗ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತೆ ರೀಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಶೋಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಮಿಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕವರ್ ಇಸ್ our drainage system ನೋಡೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ. we'll see the drainage system here.
Entire block in drainage system ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ small channels between the plants ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು on massive draining drop out ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Okay,
the massive drain is almost 6 feet.
Oh wow.
So we from the ground, so we make sure it's at least 5 to 6 feet, so ಬಂದಿರೋ ವಾಟರ್ ಪುಷ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಗಾಗ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಬಂದಿರೋ ವಾಟರ್ ಪುಷ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್
ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ 6 feet ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ವ್ಯೂವರ್ಸ್ಗೆ.
ಸೊ ಅದು ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸಿಲ್ಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು 3 times ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸಿಲ್ಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡಿಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅಡಿಕೆನು ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಯು ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟರ್, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ 40 ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರೀಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂಗ್. ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಲೋಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬೇಗ ಅದು ಸೋಲುತ್ತೆ.
ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಹೈಟ್ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗಿರೋ ಹೈಟ್ಗಿಂತ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು 20 ಅಡಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ
ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡಿಕೆ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೂ ಇದೆ, ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ.
ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ.
ಅದರಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋದ್ರೇನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಡಿಕೆ ಉಳಿಸೋದೇ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶ್ರಮ. ಇದರ ಬತಾವ್ ಬೇಟ, ಇದರ ಗನೆ ಬತಾವ್.
Last year rainfall, that is just heaven for everyone, and roughly 76-77 inches ಮುಗಿತು.
Okay,
so there was nothing, no issues, no
77 ಗೆ ಮುಗಿದೋಯ್ತು.
last year 77 ಮುಗಿತು.
ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಳೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ, somewhere close to 80 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್
perfect.
It's perfect for you.
ನಾನು irrigation system ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 80 inches of rainfall ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is the most idealistic year ever.
Okay,
ಈ year ಆಗ್ಲೇ ನಾವು 141 inches ಗೆ ಹೋಗಾಗಿದೆ.
141 inches, just imagine.
141 inches ಆಗಿದೆ.
So sorry to interrupt. So what you mean to say is like where there is a dropping, one more round ಹೋಗೋದು ಸೂಕ್ತನಾ?
ನಾನು ಮಾಡಾಯ್ತು, ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಹೋಯ್ತು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೋಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದ 10-15% ಹೋಗಿದೆ. ಅದೇ ನಾನು ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ನಾನು ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕ್ರಾಪಿಗೆ ಆ ರೋಗ ಬರ್ದೇ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಡಿಕೆ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಕಾಫಿ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಅಡಿಕೆ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಟಾ ಝೂಮ್ ಕರೋ. ಅಡಿಕೆ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ, ಬಂಚಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ क्लीन से बंचेस जूम करो. आराम से जूम करके कवर करके बाद में नीचे लेके आओ. ಈಗ ಅಡಿಕೆ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ನೌ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಇದರ ಔಟ್.
ಸೊ ಈ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದು ಚಾನಲ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಪ್ರತಿ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೇನ್ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್.
ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಫೀಟ್ 4 feet?
It's 4 feet from the plant height.
4 feet.
3.5 to 4 feet from the plant height.
More, almost all 3.5 to 4 feet. What they have gone through the depthness of the drainage system.
From the road level, it's almost 5 feet.
From the road level, almost 5 feet. ಸೊ ಈ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನೀವು ಇಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಗದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋರು ಇದು ಗದ್ದೆನೇ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ
ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಗದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ
ಈಗ ನೋಡೋರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಏನು ತೋಟದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ತೋಟ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಗದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು.
ಸೊ ಇದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿರೋ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಒಂದು ಸೈಡ್ ಇಡೋಣ. ನಾವು ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ವೇರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಸೈಡ್ ಇಡೋಣ.
ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ಸ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಕೀಪ್, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಸೈಡ್.
ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟರು ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಡಬೇಕು. ನೋ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ವಾಟ್, ನಾವು 1 ಇಯರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು 1 ಇಯರ್ ಕೆಳಗೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಇರಲೇಬಾರ್ದು. 10% ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರಲಿ. ಬಂಪರ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಲೀನ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಲೀನ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕುಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಟು ಮೈ ವ್ಯೂವರ್ಸ್. ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್.
ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲೇ ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಾಗಲೇ ನೀವು ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಕೈಲಿ ಈಗ ಇರೋ ಲೇಬರ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬೆಟರ್ JCPs ಇದೆ, ಮಿನಿ JCPs ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಗಿಡದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 3 feet ಕೆಳಗಿರಲೇಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಗಿಡನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ದಿಬ್ಬ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ, 3 feet ಕೆಳಗಿಲ್ದಲೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಶೀತ ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೋ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ 3 feet ಮಿನಿಮಮ್. ಮೇನ್ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ 1.5 feet ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಲಿ.
ಈಗ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಇದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ 3 feet ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗಂಗೆ ಇಳಿಸಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಬೇಟಾ ಓ ನೀಚೆ ಜಾಕೆ ಖಡೋ, ಥೋड़ा नीचे जाके खड़ो. देख के प्लांट हत्र वो झाड़ के पास आओ बेटा.
ओ
ಈ ಸತಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಜಲ, ಬರೀ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಜಲ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಈಗ ಅವನ ಹೈಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ನೀವೇ ಎಷ್ಟು.
ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ರೂಟ್ಸ್
नज़दीक आओ. हाँ नहीं वो झाड़ को पकड़ो.
हाँ
वो झाड़ को पकड़ो. तो ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ ಅವನ ಹೈಟ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನೋಡಿ. तो ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 3.5 ಅಡಿ ಇದೆ. ಅವನ ಹೈಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ 5 ಅಡಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅವ್ನ ಸೊಂಟದ ಮೇಲೆ ಉದರ ಕಮರ್ ಪಾ ಹಾತ್ ರಖೋ. ಹಾಂ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ irrespective of any of the areas. This should be actually the exact measurements to be successful in making our drainage on a perfect making our drainage very properly to remove all the ಶೀತ ನೀವು ಹೊಡೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಒಂದೇ ಕಾರಣ ಇದು ಮೇನ್ ಎಲ್ಲದು ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
तो ಶೀತ ನೀವು ಆರಿಸೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಷ್ಟು ಆಳ ಹೋಗಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ 2 ಅಡಿ 1.5 ಅಡಿ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇಟ್ಕೋತೀವಿ, ಡ್ರಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಅವರು 3.5 ಅಡಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆಗಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡ್ರಾಪಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
100 inches of rainfall ನಿಮಗೆ 40 days ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ there is you can't avoid. You as a planter ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು, there is nothing around it. And that's okay. You should plan and prepare for it.
Where all this water get collected will go directly to that
to the river.
To the river, is it?
Yeah.
ಈಗ ನಾವು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿವರ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಅವರು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. Yep. So beautiful areca garden and beautiful crop setting what they have done. So anywhere you take, for example, see here this plant, beautiful crop setting. What else we need? What else we can as this plant? So certain things we should leave to nature as well. What do you say, Patil?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is after 10% or 15% of dropping. So the setting was this year's setting, since the summer heat was there and I could provide irrigation on time, the setting was brilliant. And with my nutrition management, you can look at any crop, any plant, for example, the setting has always been.
Setting was always good.
Oh, yeah. Because all you have to do is maintain nutrition and water. If you can maintain nutrition and water, your plants will stay healthy. So the 5th round of manure is already done, and I'm planning to give another spray, nutritional spray next month, in the month of October. So by the end of October, I generally stop nutrition. So November, I let the plant get ready for harvest.
Here, as there was little bit of, we had a fear in minds of Elechukki roga ಮತ್ತೆ haldi roga. What we introduced last time is, instead of Saf or Contaf, we went to Takat and Asifate. We went to those combinations, and like we have got a good results.
I did put some Immuta also with it to make sure I need the plant to stay healthy. And if I have to put in a little more effort, I don't mind doing that.
So these are the things what now we'll show you the bank of the river. From there we'll go to the next plot, and where exactly the work is going, we'll see it. Pause kar. See, here you can see the crop setting of areca. Beautiful setting. So everywhere it's uniformly set, because the nutrition patterns are the best. Now we have come to the bank of the river, which is flowing next to their property. So when it's full, the whole area will be sunk with the water. It will affect their property also. So in the year, Patil, in the year, which year it was totally drained?
I'll show you there. 2018 to 2019.
2018 to 2019.
That particular monsoon, these plants weren't visible. The water was flowing above these plants.
आ जाओ, आओ उधर ऑन करके ऐसे भी बता के आओ.
This year's setting has been uniform everywhere. So much so that I think I'll have to start my plucking next year itself. Everywhere you see, it's a very uniform setting.
You can see the settings, you can see the bunches. उधर बताओ बेटा, उधर बताओ. What do you say, Patil? I mean, these bunches will carry forward how many kgs?
So roughly, I'm expecting, where I have three bunches completely, all three gonads set properly, a minimum of 20 kgs. 15 to 20 kgs has to be there per plant. On an average, I'm expecting at least 10 to 15 kgs in the entire block per plant. So with this 20-acre block, this year's production has to increase.
वो bunch का कर. इधर से आओ.
Show the river.
आ रहा है बराबर? उधर से छाँव में खड़के लो.
So all my drainage system comes and it gets connected to this river.
Oh, yeah. Entire. So the entire block's drainage system will come and just flow into the river. So that way I have a place where there is no water logging. There is continuous flow. My only time I'll have a water logging issue is when the river overflows. So if you can see on that wall, you can see a mud line, and I've kept it. I've not painted this wall just for that reason. This particular mud line that you see. This is the mud line.
This is the mud line.
We'll show the river to our viewers and come back and you can show this.
So right now the river is how it normally flows.
Here.
This is on an on a
This is the
normal
river.
year, a regular flow is at this level.
Which river is this?
This is Japavati. So it goes Japavati. It goes and joins Hemavati.
Okay, okay, okay. नीचे जाके थोड़ा cover करके आओ. Okay.
So in the year 2018-2019, this river.
ಈಗ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಜಪಾವತಿ ನದಿ ಹರಿತಾ ಇದೆ. So in the year
2018-19, the year where everybody
yes,
got
2019.
2019. This is where it was flowing.
ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತನಕ ನೀರು.
Yeah, this entire thing. This is where the river was flowing.
And entire estate was drained.
None of these coffee plants were visible. None of what you see there was visible for at least till the starting point where we came through till the gate. Water was flowing till there.
Okay.
So it wasn't the same height as the gate, or as you went there, it was at the level of half the gate or quarter the gate.
Okay.
But all of these plants were submerged.
So ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಗಿಡನೇ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಈ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿಡನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಗಿಡ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. It was just a brown sludge moving through.
This coffee, I mean, plants were totally not visible.
Totally submerged.
For how many days?
Luckily, that only lasted a day.
Sorry?
A day, one day.
One day.
So one day we got about.
One day in the sense again to slowly to water to come out and it will take almost 4-5 days.
It took 4 days.
Because
for the water to come out, it took 4 days. The plants weren't visible. This plant wasn't visible for one entire day. After that, for the water to completely come out, there was water logging for 4 days. That is when I lost my entire pepper creepers. Nothing happened to my coffee or areca plant. This entire block, about 4,000 pepper creepers, just sat down. So
2019ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಳೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
I think we got about 185 inches over.
185 ಇಂಚ್ ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಕಾಫಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ನೀರು ತುಂಬಿ ಕಾಫಿ ಗಿಡನೇ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Still you people have survived.
That time nothing happened to the coffee. Areca, obviously there was crop loss, but coffee crop loss, I think a maximum was 15% crop loss because of the nutrition management. This was before my time. I came about 5-6 years ago. So the nutrition management that my father did, ತಂದೆಯವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು management ಇಂದ ಕಾಫಿಗೂ ಏನಾಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಫಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟು ಬದುಕಿದೆ, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಕ್ರಾಪಿಗೂ ಏನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಡಿಕೆ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ 4 days ವಾಟರ್ ಲಾಗಿಂಗ್, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಲಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರಿಂದ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೂ ಪೆಪ್ಪರಿಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅದರಿಂದನೇ ನೀವು ಮರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿರೋ ಪೆಪ್ಪರ್ ವೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪೆಪ್ಪರ್ ವೈನ್ಸೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ವಿತಿನ್ a span of 3-4 months. The pepper vines couldn't survive. So but I've started reintroducing it, and I think over time it will happen. In the next 2-3 years, I think I'll get to one stage where I can say this is a three crop plantation.
Okay. Next we'll go to his next block where our people are working. I'll just show you. Then we'll ask quite a few questions of agronomy solutions. Then we'll end up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come. Now we are going to the next block of Patil, so where the work is going on. Let's go. Come. So we are just going to his next block. We're just following him up. So what we have to learn here is, one thing is of in areca, especially in areca, is nutrition management. Second thing, drainage system. Third thing, irrigation system. So it requires a lot of water. Fourth is our dedication and passion. We have covered all the points. So we are going to his next next block of us, where our team is spraying for the third round spray. There was little dropping at his there was little dropping, so they're going for the third round. And usually this handball side, as the this is a high rainfall area, you have to go around, you have to go for 3 rounds of sprays. That is the safest thing. So we have just arrived the next block of them. So we're going to the next block where our team is spraying. We have just arrived now. This is almost 10 minutes distance from their first block to second block. So from here,
so this particular block, I have 2 acres of Robusta on top.
okay,
Then it's a 5 acre Areca with both C/R, and I have a little bit of Arabica.
okay.
Because here the spacing is
You
a lot
have
different.
Arabica also.
A little bit of Arabica
Okay,
here.
okay.
So in the 4 acre block, I do have some Arabica.
This is 4 acre block. This
4
is
to 5 acre Areca and a 2 acre just Robusta. This
Here they
this
have
particular block.
Areca, Robusta and Arabica. The point why Arabica?
Because the spacing is a lot lesser. Here I've maintained a 7 by 7 plant spacing. So I didn't want to put C/R because C/R spreads out and the coffee plant wouldn't have enough space.
Okay.
I went with it Arabica.
Okay,
So in this particular block, my drainage system, what I've done, we'll go down and I'll show you. It's between 2 plants.
Okay.
So every 2 Areca plants, I have one drain running
wow.
through because this area is not that, it's not that wet. Even though there's a lot of spring here, it's still comparatively it's a lot drier.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll go down and I'll show you.
ಇದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗುಂಡಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದು. So we are going from the top. You can see here. You can see the crop setting. So ಬನ್ನಿ ಹೋಗೋಣ.
So as we go through all the hilly areas, I've kept a C/R.
Okay.
So this entire slope, it's just C/R, where I've even made sure the weeding's also done. Now only one round, everything's completely clean. So I can apply my soil application, which was done yesterday, I think. Soil application also was done once it was cleaned.
Okay.
It made sure manure was applied because there's still some moisture, which made sure the manure dissolved, and I think in about 10-15 days I'll see the result.
Okay. Iga, you have introduced Areca here also, is it?
I've started an Areca underline everywhere.
Okay.
So the entire coffee estate.
Robusta they have started Areca planting.
So all of this was done last year.
What is the spacing, Patil?
I've just made sure it maintains the same spacing as the coffee plant. So I wanted since the coffee is at a uniform space, I made sure wherever the same space continued for the entire Areca block.
Okay.
If anybody asks my suggestion, I would say try and introduce Areca. Try and introduce Areca and coffee at the same time.
Okay.
The only issue with introducing Areca once your plant's already big, the coffee plant's already big, the kind of work like harvesting season, it is going to affect your Areca plants a bit.
Okay.
So
at a time you have to introduce
both at once.
Okay,
so the initial growth days will be taken care of.
Okay.
So the entire block will become uniform.
Okay. Pass kar do beta. See this, people are spraying. So entire professional team is working here. So Santu, Santu bhai wo? Santu bhaiya. Akbar किधर है? अकबर लाइन चान करो, थोड़ा वीडियो आना. So the 4 people who are working on the plot, the sprayers. So you can just check. Done. आजा बेटा नीचे जाएंगे. हो.
Plant.
You want
No. I'm just saying this is ours. This is somebody else's. I don't want that to come in the video. I thought I'll tell you. You can
again,
see
these
the
people
difference.
will also view again.
See this plant.
So Gunakara is here. ಇವತ್ತು ಇವನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ as Uma is in other estate and Shivappa is in other estate. He is the one who is taking care of this estate from last 3 years. ಆಯ್ತೇನೋ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ಮುಗಿಯತ್ತಾ? ಹಾಂ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ಮುಗಿಯತ್ತಾ? ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಾ? ಹಾಂ ಹಾಂ ಇದು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಸಂತು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ?
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.
ಇದು ಗೊನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ ಸರಿ, ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡಿ ಬೇಗ, ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ಬೇಗ ಮುಗಿಸಿ. ಓಕೆ overall how's the result you are
Setting's good. There in the center.
dropping ಎಲ್ಲ
Dropping ಇದೆ. ಆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಗೊನೆ ಪರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್.
ತಿರುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಿದೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ.
ಈಗಲೇ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಮೆನ್ಯೂರ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು
ಗೊಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ಗೊಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡೋದು. ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಮೆನ್ಯೂರ್ ಮುಗಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯೋಚಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಮೆನ್ಯೂರ್ ಮುಗಿದ್ರೆ
ಆಜಾ ಬೇಟಾ ಇದರ್ ಅಚ್ಚಾ ಮಿಲ್ತಾ ಹೋ ಇದರ್.
ಇದನ್ನೇ
ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಸೆ ಚढ़ रहा है ना, क्लीन से
ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ಫುಲ್.
इधर से
ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದಲೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಾರೆ. ಈ ಕೈ
ಇದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ?
हो गया बस पूरा कवर हो गया नहीं बस कवर कर
ಸುತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ
ಎಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು
ಸುತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ.
ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಣ್ಣ. ಹತ್ತಿರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ನಡೆನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ.
Patil will just tell the spacing and drainage system.
What we did was the areca is at a 7x7.
So the areca is 7x7.
Entire thing is 7x7. Every 14 feet we made sure there's a drainage that goes.
So 7x7 in the sense here you have areca.
This plant to that plant is at almost 7 feet. 7x7 and this plant to this plant here it's a little closer, but overall we maintain this at 7x7.
Okay.
So
7x7 here, 7x7
ahead also.
Okay.
And what we did here,
this is C into R.
yeah, this is seen to R. There's one any
Okay.
hoax that I've got.
This bed consists of C into R.
No. Any Arabica plant that I lost, the hoax I made sure I put C into R.
Okay.
So overall, slowly, eventually the entire block will turn into a C into R. So this, for example, here it's 7x9. Sorry, I said 7x7. 7x9.
7x9. Okay.
7x9.
Okay.
So and we made sure the
So this is 7x7. This is 7x9.
7x9.
Okay. This is 7x7 and 7x9. Okay.
7x9. And every 14 feet I have one drainage running through.
Okay.
So what?
Every 14 feet.
Every 14 feet, there's a drainage running through. So what advantage I got from this is I got the center bedding to do all my work. From manure to weeding, everything got concentrated. I could use the center bedding as my path.
So from this drainage to that drainage is
It's 14 feet.
14. Okay. 14 ಅಡಿಗೆ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಫಿ ಗಿಡ ಮತ್ತು ಅಡಿಕೆ ಗಿಡ. ಕಾಫಿ ಗಿಡ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಡಿಕೆ ಗಿಡ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು 9x7 ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಬಿಕಾ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅರೇಬಿಕಾ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ರೋಬಸ್ಟಾ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮೇಡ್. So
all of this plot is a lot older. That is about 27 years old.
Okay.
This is at least 31, 32 years old. At
that
least
was 27 years old. What the first plot we saw. This is
31 years, at least 4 or 5 years older than that. You can see it's uniform all the way through. And since the massive advantage of me doing it as a 7x9 is the number of plants that I could fit into the session. So generally in that plot I have about 500 plants areca plants per acre. This I could increase it by 100.
Okay, great.
So that is where and it is at the end of the day, it's a game of numbers. So the more plants that you can somehow fit and make sure there's proper work done, the more production that you can take.
Okay. Thoda nazik aao beta. Here we'll stand.
Yeah.
So overall we saw his estate, we saw the settings, we saw his estate, and we came to the conclusion that his dedication, passion, discipline has come up to this level. So ನಿಮಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ one of the best gardens of areca and see into our you can take a knowledge from here. Both both uncle and Patil very much involved. So now I just wanted to ask him, now we have finished all the one spin of his estate. Now I've been working from last 3 years with Patil. So I just wanted to ask you the difference when the nutrition management, nutrition first spray what we introduced. What was the difference for areca, not for robusta? Robusta we are not involved in it.
I'm not even going to talk about the robusta numbers. This particular block, this what I said 4 acre block. I do have, you can see there are some hawks also, but it's a 4 acre proper block. Before I introduced that spray, I used to get about 150 quintals of green from this block alone. Now I'm getting on an average 200.
Wow, okay.
So that particular setting changed the entire thing. The first spray setting almost increased, in this block it increased my production by 30% at least.
So we Agronomy Solution, I'm a firm, my Agronomy Solution is a startup company where we started from 2019, as you people know, and you have loved it to the core. And I started working on areca. So this area, another 2-3 plantations we are working on. So once we started nutrition management from avoiding from the dieback inflorescence, where we are saving first flower. So once we save the first flower, then automatically you can push little bit of volume or little bit of crop, and it will take care of sucking pest, it will take care of the plant, it will take care of we'll make a combination which it should take spot leaf disease and yellow disease. So these are the combinations we're working on, and we have got a result everywhere out of it. Second thing, coming to our thing is, like, what do you feel about our professionalism?
So your team, especially you and the team that you've set up right now, in terms of work that needs to be done, they do it exactly how the planter wants it. If you want a certain number of plants to be covered by 1 barrel, my thing is 1 barrel, there should be a certain number of plants that should be covered. So exactly at the quantity or the rate at which I ask them to do it, they will do it. So there will be times where I ask them to lay it on a little thick, cover the entire plant. There will be times in between where I don't do that. So depending on how I want it, this team kind of gets the work done.
So you mean to say, see, there is 2 things. When I sit with the intellectuals, they call me professional man. When I sit with half bottleneck people, they call me commercial. So you are a well-educated person, so you can tell me whether I'm a commercial or professional.
Again, when it comes to this, each person has their own perspective.
Yes.
Let them have their own perspective. Yes. At the end of the day, what I say, what I would advise you also is, do work as you think needs to be done. No matter what we do, how we do it, people will always have things to say. That we can't control. For me, at the end of the day, I've been using your team for the past 4 years.
Yes.
The reason I insist on your team is I've seen the result. Yes, my cost might have increased by 5% or 10%. I'm getting a 30% result. So that is where, for me, at the end of the day, it's just about how much we are, as passionate as we are about the estate and how it should look. At the end of the day, this is our source of living. So you have to calculate the money, you have to calculate the cost, the return, and return on the investment, and what you're going to get out of it. So if you're not doing that, it's more of a passion rather than a source of income. Since it's a source of income, I've been using this team, and I intend to use this team for the foreseeable future. The only reason I'm doing it is because of the result I'm seeing. And the result I'm seeing in terms of money. I'm not even talking about how healthy my plants are, how less of damages I'm getting over the year. It's just in terms of, if I'm talking in terms of commercial basis, it works out.
Yeah.
So let people have their opinion. If you choose to use a particular team, you do your analysis, you do your cost analysis, and then you can see what you want. And when you see the result that you've been working for all these years, you'll tend to maintain that team. That is my only
Why I put up this commercial and professional thing is, see, I am working with a lot of age-old people, but one individual, one youngster, if it tells this, because he's one individual where he has his cost on his fingers, this many barrels, this many copper, this many lime, this many foliar sprays, why this combination, what is per barrel, everything he has in his CPU. So I just wanted from his mouth to convey to the youngsters how you have to be there. Anyways, we are working from last 5-6 years, and we have got a lot of love, support from the people. So thank you Patil, for giving an opportunity.
It's been a pleasure.
And he was totally busy, just because of me. Like, he took his time and gave a bite to us, gave a permission to make a blog. I have done couple of blogs with uncle. His charisma is totally different, and this youngster's charisma is totally different. All the very best.
Thank you.
Keep sharing my videos, keep liking my videos. Please press the bell button. Thank you, one and all.